The next thing I want to talk about is bending over pentatonic shapes. And the thing that I found that helps me a lot is once I have a pentatonic shape, to find where the bending notes are. And that actually helps a lot with creating lines and understanding where lines are coming from, with like some Hendrix lines or Albert King or any lines that people play over pentatonics really. So I'm gonna show you the shapes in a C minor pentatonic, and then we're gonna take each shape and I'm gonna show you where the bending notes are that I like at least, and we'll take it from there, and then I'll apply it to my playing and show you how that works. So I'm gonna start with a basic first minor pentatonic shape, yeah? So C minor. So I'm gonna start from high to low because it's harder to bend on the lower string. So obviously we got this, and then we got this on the second string. The third string, we actually have two bending notes. We have this one, and then we have this one. On the fourth string, you can bend this one, and you can bend this one. Fifth string gets harder, but you can still bend it. And then this one you can definitely bend. And then this one here. So now if I'm gonna play a couple of lines and use that, so that's the first shape. Now let's go to the next pentatonic shape, which will be this one, starting on E flat here. So start with a high note with a sixth string. Now here, the second string, it's a wider bend. Same thing on the third string. Fourth string gets harder. And here you can't really bend the first note with the first finger. So go to the fifth string. And then again the same thing. It's not so bendable here. And then we got the sixth string. And here you can bend this note. So if I'm gonna play over it, so now we're gonna move to the third shape. So that's C minor pentatonic over here, starting from C. So again, starting from the high note. So here it's a little tricky. If you can hit with a third finger, a minor third up, then it's good. It's a little hard. It depends on how thick your strings are. My strings are pretty thick. First finger here you can do. Second string, that's easy. Here you can't really do it. Third string here. And then fourth string. First finger will work. Here on the fifth string, if you can bend enough, high enough, then you have it. Then first string. Sixth string is a little tricky. And first string works. So if again I'll try to play on it. So as you can see, some of the shapes are easier to bend and to get kind of cool lines than others. Let's move on to the fourth shape. I'll play it here on the neck from C again. So starting from the first string, that works. Second string. First finger will work if you have enough strength. Third string wouldn't work unless you really have strength in your third finger. It's a wide band. First finger. Fourth string again is a wide band. I can't really reach it, but it's possible. First finger. Fifth string. Easy. First degree, not gonna work. Sixth string. And that's pretty much it. So again, if I'll start playing some lines. So now we get to the last shape, the fifth shape. Again, starting on C on the sixth string. So we'll start with a high string. This is a tricky bend. If you have enough strength on your third finger and you have thin strings, it may work. Almost. First finger. Same thing with the second string. The third is a bend. It's a wide bend with the third finger. If first finger can work. Third string. This is not gonna work. The first finger. Fourth string. It's not gonna work. Fifth string. Sixth string. Sixth string is tricky because it's a wide band, but it's possible. So now, as you can see, we did all the 5 shapes of the pentatonics, and you see that there's certain points on each pentatonic shape that are easier or harder to bend. Now the idea is, when you know where all those points are, you can kind of create your own licks with that, because you kind of know where you can do the bends. And it's different when you play a note or when you play a note bending. It just sounds different. So that's really the key to this whole approach. So again, if I take this last shape and try to play over it, this is probably the less favorite shape to play over, because it's just that the bending notes are not in the greatest places, but it's still possible. What I'm going to show you now is pretty much how to use each shape of the pentatonic with those trigger bending notes over a blues in C. You're going to see that some of those bending notes will kind of lead you to play some lines that you know from records. That's why I kind of like to know where the bending notes, because, you know, a Hendrix. It's a very classic Hendrix lick. That's exactly what I'm talking about. This is a bending note. This is a bending note. This is a bending note. So I'm going to show you that over a blues in C. So what I just did now is I played over C minor blues, basic 1-4-5 blues, using only the minor pentatonic scale, and I try to move within the shapes and overly bend to show my point. But the idea is you can see that in a lot of the situation in places that I bend, it sounds like those lines that you know from records and stuff like that. So this is really a pretty powerful tool to have when you know where all these bending points are on each shape of the pentatonic scale.